What's good, YouTube? And I'm back with another video. Alright, y'all listen to me for a second. This video might not be for everybody. Some people gonna hear me and they're gonna laugh. Some people gonna act like I'm crazy. Some people gonna scroll past it. But this people is for who can spiritually feel what I'm saying. And I gotta ask y'all something. Do y'all really think I just sit up here and tell y'all all this spiritual shit for no reason? Do y'all really think I wake up every day trying to talk to y'all about spiritual warfare, about temptation, about demons, about deception, about, you know, all this darkness in the world because I'm bored? No. I'm trying to wake people up. I'm trying to wake my generation up. And honestly, I feel like it's too many people that are asleep spiritually right now. People think everything is just a coincidence. People think there's no deeper meaning behind anything anymore. But if you really pay attention to this world, you can see something is really wrong. You can really feel it. Look at the world right now. People are losing themselves, especially with the internet. But I'm gonna really get into it. Everybody's chasing validation. Everybody's chasing attention. Lust is everywhere. You know, nobody cares about love anymore. Nobody cares about the truth anymore. Everybody wants to feed their flesh, but nobody wants to feed their spirit. That's the spiritual darkness I'm talking about. I'm talking about the darkness that makes people feel empty even when they got money. The darkness that destroys people's families. The darkness that makes people hate each other. The darkness that convinces people that they don't need God. The darkness that keeps people distracted 24/7 so they never sit long enough to think about their soul. And what's crazy is people really think this stuff is normal now. People think constantly being angry is normal. People think being addicted to lust is normal. They normalize this shit. People think having no peace at all is normal. People think depression, confusion, anxiety, being spiritually empty is just part of life. It's normal. But what people aren't realizing they're spiritually disconnected. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Oh, excuse me. See, the Bible even warned us about this. Scripture doesn't lie. Everything happening right now today, the deception, confusion, selfishness, the love of sin, we were all warned about it. And I'm not making this up. I gain nothing from telling y'all this except maybe people calling me crazy. But I'd rather sound crazy than and tell y'all the truth because people are spiritually dying. Because nowadays people get offended by the truth. I don't know why, but it's crazy. People would rather hear dumbass lies than hear, the spiritual truth. And social media made it even worse because now everybody's comparing themselves to everybody else. Everybody's trying to look perfect online while they're really broken inside. People are smiling on the internet, but they are crying in real life. They hurting. People are chasing followers, but they're really losing themselves. People are, feeding an image while they're starving their soul, and nobody talks about that shit enough. And do y'all really want to know what spiritual warfare is? Spiritual warfare is the battle for your mind, the battle for your peace, the battle for attention, for your soul. Spiritual warfare is when the enemy tries to keep you distracted from God, distracted from your purpose, distracted from becoming the person God created you to be. See, it's waking up every day surrounded by temptation. It's the, fighting them thoughts you don't even think about sometimes. You're trying to stay positive in a negative world. It's trying to protect your peace in a world full of confusion, anger, jealousy, hatred. All that is spiritual warfare. The enemy wants people distracted. He wants us numb. He wants us addicted to these things. He wants us depressed. He wants us lustful. He wants all this shit. Because if he can keep your mind trapped long enough, eventually your spirit becomes weak too. That's why protecting your spirit matters. That's why prayer matters. That's why the people around you, they matter. That's why I'm telling y'all this. What you feed your mind every day matters more than people realize it. So I'm gonna say this though. I'm trying to bring people into the light. I'm trying to tell my generation that your spiritual journey is one of the most important journeys you will ever take in your life. Because money can't save your soul, fame can't save your soul, fame can't heal your heart, relationships can't fill that spiritual void. You can have everything in this world, everything that the world offers, and still be broken inside if you're disconnected from God. And that's why I keep speaking about this. Because once you start seeking God for real, your eyes start opening to a lot of shit. You start seeing how much distraction is around us. You start protecting your peace, and you start realizing everybody is not sent by God. You start realizing some battles are spiritual and not just physical. You know, when you got God in your life, it gives you peace when life is hard. It gives you strength when you feel weak. It really gives you a purpose when you feel lost. It keeps you grounded, you know, when the world tries to pull you every direction. You know what I mean? Because they know something feels empty inside, but they keep trying to fill that emptiness with temporary things. More money, more attention, more lust, more distraction, validation. But none of that stuff lasts forever. Always remember that though. And I want to give a message for the younger generation specifically. And y'all listen to me carefully because I want to say this. Be careful what you feed your mind every day. Be careful who influences you. Be careful what energy you keep around you because not everything that looks good is good for your spirit. And that's what spiritual darkness really is. Spiritual darkness is when people become so disconnected from God that they start normalizing the things that destroy them. It's when lust controls people, when hatred controls people, when that pride inside of somebody controls them. When people lose peace, when they lose their purpose, when they lose love, and when they lose themselves. Spiritual darkness is when people stop caring about truth and only care about feeding their flesh. The world will constantly try to tell us to and pull you away from your peace and pull you away from God. And if you're not spiritually strong, you will start to think spiritual darkness is normal. That's why your spiritual journey matters so much. Because when life gets hard, money won't always save you. People always won't save you. None of this shit is gonna save you. But having God, having peace, having spiritual strength, that's what's gonna keep you grounded when everything else in your life is falling apart. And no, I'm not perfect. I'm still growing too. I'm still learning every day. I'm still fighting battles too. But I refuse to stay quiet about what I know is real. And at the end of the day, I can't force nobody to listen. But if one person hears this message and turn their life around, they start praying again, start seeking the truth again, start protecting their soul again, then it was worth making this video. Because the truth is, the world will tell you to follow your flesh. But God calls us to walk in the spirit. If you know, you know. And one day, every single one of us is going to have to answer for the life we live. So if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate y'all for listening. And I hope this message touched somebody. Don't ignore it. Start praying. Start protecting your peace. Start taking your spiritual life seriously. Because we the people, realize it or not, we are living in spiritual warfare every day. And that's something people really need to wake up and realize. But I'll catch y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.